I don't know if we're live or not. We are live. Yay! Welcome everyone to Lessons and Learning with Larkin and Readings. Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. I have got my hotspot finally connected and we are back here. It's hard to see everything with the sunlight, but it is a gorgeous day and I'm so happy to be with all of you. I am broadcasting live from Ohio in the United States. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. I like to take the first few minutes just to welcome you and to encourage you to set the mood and the mindset for yourself, to set yourself up for success today during our readings, and to get yourself in the right frame of mind. Get yourself in a receiving frame of mind and in an inner state of peace. And I always encourage you guys, I actually have 2 drinks with me today, to have a drink or a non-alcoholic beverage that you enjoy. And to, if you guys want to have candles or incense like I do when I'm at home, it helps your senses to sort of shift reality. And you guys are bringing spirit with you today. So anybody, animals, spirit guides, angels that, loved ones that have crossed over that join us today, they're coming with you. Okay. So just keep that in mind. I have a little lesson I like to share as we get started. One, I like to stall on readings a little because I feel like, I'll say hi to everybody in just a minute. But see, there's already people asking for readings. And I know you guys are here mostly for readings, but I give this little soapbox lecture speech every time we get started. And it's because this is so, so important. When you get on and you just ask for a reading, maybe you don't even say hi to the reader. First of all, it's rude. and second of all, it gives your own energy and vibration of neediness, of desperation. And that creates a barrier for you, for energy, for loved ones to come through. They might come through to me, but you might not receive all the message. So I just like to give a little lesson in the first 5 minutes. Take time to say hi to everybody and welcome, to sort of slow the mind brain waves down and the frequency, to get it a little more in sync with where spirit is. Okay. Take a deep breath. I'm holding a safe space for you here. This is a safe space in this group, and all the readers have a safe space for you. So instead of just getting on and asking for a reading, say hi. Give yourself a chance to kind of tune in, really listen to the wisdom that spirit wants me to share before we get started. And then we can allow things to sort of flow. I know some people love that. I get a lot of good feedback from this. Some people don't like it, but the truth is that the old fashioned way of doing readings where you just pop on and it's like, gimme, 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 I want me next. It doesn't really send off a vibe of peace and abundance. And we want to show that we're here to receive and to share and to be gracious to spirit and gracious for the people that are bringing the readings through for you. Okay. Which leads me to the lesson that spirit wanted me to just share with you all today. Okay. And then we'll get going. I love doing readings. I could do this for you guys all night long. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. I cannot tell you how powerful a frequency of gratitude is in your receiving. And most of my coaching clients, it takes them months, maybe even years to really understand what that means. So I don't expect everyone to leap into it right now. But when we take a deep breath and we still the panic and the racing of our mind and what we think we want and we need, and we calm the air of desperation and we sit in our center, we can consider what a miracle it is that we're even alive. What a miracle it is that we have free will. How badly things could have gone that didn't. Recognizing the grace that is bestowed upon us, even in just our free will. There's an endless stream of souls wanting to incarnate in this world. to have the very place that you have in this world. And somehow you got in. So even the very breath that you breathe, we're in a world where we're not into nature anymore. We're more into television and the latest pair of shoes and social media. How can I get what I want? How can I be first? How can I get more money than somebody else? How can I get that guy? Why didn't that guy pick me? Why am I the one getting all the bad luck? This is how we think. But the truth of the matter is, when you get back to the basics, what a blessing that we have air to breathe. I mean, really, how easy. I can just go to the store and buy one of these. I don't have to go hunt for it. I don't have to make it myself. But just keep that in mind. And the reason that Spirit wants me to share this with you today is because in gratitude, so comes all things. This is what Spirit is saying to me. In gratitude, so comes all things. Inner peace, forgiveness, reconciliation, healing mentally, emotionally, and physically. I get chills, guys, as I'm saying this. Spirit is saying to me, thank you. It's giving me gratitude for sharing what Spirit wants you all to hear. And some of you will run with this and use it, and it will be the beginning of the transformation of your life. And some of you are just like, come on, I can't stand this girl. Just give me my reading. I want my reading now. But in gratitude is all things. It is the key to abundance. It is the key to manifestation. It is the key to healing. It is the key to everything you come to us for and want answers for. Okay, so please keep that in mind as we go by. I love you all so much. I appreciate you bearing with me in the 5 minutes of wisdom that Spirit asked me to share with you. And the last thing I'll say before we get started, well, 2 things. Number 1, if you don't get a reading today, please know that Spirit is guiding me in who to choose. I'm super thorough, so I'll try to be as efficient and thorough as I can. But it is nothing personal. If I don't choose you, maybe I didn't see your reading or I didn't come back to get it, or maybe Spirit didn't guide me to that, because Spirit is the one driving me and where I look and what I pick. Okay. And the other thing is, this group has so many, the best readers I've ever known. So if you don't get a reading from me today, you can either find me on my Facebook page. I have a Meet Your Spirit Guides event coming up the beginning of March, where I'll introduce you to spirit guides. Or you can connect every day of the week for the other amazing readers in this group. Okay. All right. Let me say hi to everybody and we'll get started. Thank you for listening. Lovely 2 words. Let's see. Mario, I'm glad you liked them. Thank you. Hello, Samantha. Welcome. Facebook users. Stace has the directions posted. If you want me to see your name, please register for free through StreamYard on Facebook so I can see who you are. And if you're on YouTube, please just subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you'll be able to comment. If for some reason neither of those things work, hi, Kelly Ford. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Ann Swantek. Hi, BB. If those things don't work, please at least put your name down so that Spirit knows who to guide me to and I can refer to if you're chosen for a reading. Carol Roberts, welcome. Let's see. Stace, welcome. Let's see. Samantha, Raz, love it. You guys have such cool names. Andrea, let's see. Tasha, welcome. Crystal, let's see. Thank you for those of you who said hi, and I'm glad you guys are taking this to heart. Thank you, Stace. It really works better when we slow our mind down first and we don't jump right into readings. It really changes the whole tone of everything. Let's see if there's anybody else I miss saying hi to. Jane, I don't want to miss anybody. All right. Casey, welcome. Crystal, welcome. All right. So Spirit wants me to scroll back up here and see. We have a couple new people on here today too. Fantastic. So excited to see that. All right. Oh, BB, you like my lip color. Well, thank you. I had to make something interesting on here for all of you. I'm at the barn, so I had to dress up a little bit. Okay. Let's see who we have here. I am well, Mario. Thank you so much. Yes, everyone who needs love and light, sending all of that. Wonderful. Let's see. Samantha says she says how grateful she is every day and gives thanks. Yeah, that's what you want to do, guys. You want to make it a habit. You definitely want to make it a habit. And yes, good things come to those who wait. Often we have to be patient. Everything is a process, right? Okay. Let's see. Yes, everything in gratitude. All right, guys. I wish I was in Ireland. I'm part Irish, Carol. I'm not in Ireland. I'm in Ohio in the US, but I wish I was in Ireland. Shirley, yes, I can see your name and welcome. Um, let's see. I'm gonna start here with Casey's and then we'll move on to everybody. I'm gonna try to get as many of you guys in as I can today. Um, Casey guest says years ago in bad times, my beautiful dog, Budgie, what a cute name. Weren't always treated good by me. My heart and soul is heavy. Please tell them I miss them and love them so much, Larkin. Oh, I know you've been wanting a reading from your dog here for a couple weeks, Casey. So I'm glad you caught me. I think that's why Spirit drew me there first. I'm so happy you're here today. So, first of all, guys, this is for everyone. And I also want to let you all know on my Larkin Psychic Medium page on Fridays now, I haven't set a time yet. I'm trying to fit it in for the UK listeners as well and my Australian listeners. But I'm going to have Furball Friday. So I will have animal readings and mediumship on Fridays. You can find me on my Facebook page. But so, Casey, first of all, you guys don't need you. You don't need a reader to tell your loved ones, including your animals, the messages that you want to share with them. Okay. They can hear, feel, see, and know what your messages are to them. So, Casey, your beautiful Budgie, dog and Budgie. Oh, yes. Okay, I can feel their energies. They know because they witness your feelings of regret and guilt and sorrow and sadness, and they can hear and feel what you're thinking and saying to them, okay, on their own without me. So they already know. The real service here that I can do you is by it's more difficult probably for you to receive messages from them. So the real thing I can do here is translate for them back to you, okay? And they want you to know that they're fine and they're actually there together. The animals that come into our life often visit us together and or they're part of our soul family. Animals come with a purpose. They come into your life with a purpose. Okay. Their souls know your souls. And yes, animals have souls. Okay. So please know that all is forgiven. Okay. They chose to come to you. They chose to come to you knowing what the struggles in your life would be. And that was a free will choice for them. Okay. So there was a lot for them to teach you. They came into your life, Casey, as teachers. They want you to know. From both of their hearts, there is this warm, loving smile. It is nothing but unconditional love and smiling and and love for you. And knowing that they can still see your struggles and what they care most about is that they did their part. Remember, obstacles are opportunities. So they did their part in being present in your life for two reasons they're sharing with me. Number one, to give you the opportunity to be a reflection of your own inner self, choices, and behavior towards them, which is what you're doing now. You're reflecting with some guilt and some sorrow and some regret. Okay. And that was part of their purpose in just by being present with you, giving you that opportunity for them to be a reflection of your inner self and what you needed to grow and change. Okay. And they did that purpose and they're happy with that. The other thing, please understand, is that they were also there. Often non human animals come as extensions of our energy. In other words, our souls are not just in our body. our bodies are also within our souls. So the majority of your soul is actually this huge beckoning white light. When you cross over, the white light you see is the aspect of God that is you. That's actually your higher self. You have to connect with first before you can go anywhere else. So they are actually a part of helping to ground that. Non-human animals, we're connected to nature and a part of nature, but non-human animals, especially dogs, they're grounding forces for us. So they ground our energy to the earth. They help keep us focused here. So they had those two purposes for you. Okay. So please know they love you. They're there with you. The sadness and regret that you have is just part of your life's journey to grow and for you to work through as a human. Okay. But they love you and they're there waiting for you. All right. So Casey, I'm going to leave them with you. Please let me know that, that you, that they're going with you, and just know that they will be with you. That connection is stronger now, Casey. So even though they can still and have been able to hear and communicate with you, you are going to be able to sense them better now that we've had this connection. Okay. So, yay. Wonderful. Facebook users, don't forget to register for free through StreamYard so we can see you, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, or please at least put your name in. Stace has the link there for you. So I know who to refer to. Okay. Let's see. Yes, it is a lovely day, Sandra. Thank you. It is gorgeous here. It is gorgeous here. Guys, if your Facebook user is asking for a reading, please at least put your name in, okay? Let's see here. Your dad was Irish, Carol. Wonderful. You're in Ohio, Shannon. Fantastic. And you're half Irish, Ann? Great. Let's all go to Ireland together. Great. All right. Let's see. Peace of mind. Marcella, let's do you next here. And I'll scroll back up, guys. Hi, Tammy. So Marcella, I'm being told immediately, hi, Leona, welcome. I'm being told immediately that, your peace needs to come from, your peace of mind is something you have to create from within. Okay. I see. Hi, Julia. I'm just scrolling down here, Marcella, to make sure there aren't any later messages that you have posted. Hello, Edwina. So what I'm being shown, Marcella, is that in your life you have a constant stream of things that disturb your peace, and that this isn't an accident. It is partially for you're needing to learn how to make different choices, and these are your spirit guides talking right now. I'm being shown that you're needing to make different choices. I want to make sure my phone is charging here so I can keep my hotspot. Part of it is there are some lessons I'm being shown, and I'm not going to be too specific because some of this might be semi-private, but I'm being shown there are patterns and habits, some of which you have needed to sort of change and adjust for a while, and they have not been changed. And that the longer you go without making these changes, these adjustments, the less peace you're going to be having. And that there's in your free will, there are choices that you make that continuously provoke less peace of mind. Okay. This is not to say this is your fault, but it is your responsibility to transform it. And I'm trying to look at what your spirit guides are showing me here. They're saying typically it has to do with things that are interactions with others that really disturb your most inner sense of peace. And they want you to have that. They want you to know that your peace of mind has to be initiated, guided, directed, and upheld by you. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Initiated, upheld, and guided by you. Now, what you'll notice is that in a lot of my readings, when spirit comes through, they will give you a call to action. Okay, this is because spirit doesn't want to just give you guys answers. Nothing is set in stone. The world is not just handing you things. Spirit is not just handing you things. You are here to learn and grow and become a better version of you, to be able to express and experience in a higher version of you. Is your higher self coming through in human form? So at least when I do a reading, spirit is going to be giving you a call to action, guidance as to what you need to be doing. So, what I'm being shown is that your spirit guides have been trying to nudge you in different directions, and that life has been making you uncomfortable in different directions. That your focus is still too much some on the external and trying to get that inner peace, relying on that inner peace as to what happens in the external, and that you really need to be making the inner shifts for it to be. And here's what they're showing me. I'm trying to explain it the best they can. They're pushing you to the next plateau. They want you to actually reach a plateau where the next time things disturb your inner peace, instead of going dipping down this far, you're only going to go right there, and you'll never go below that point. And you're just going to keep progressing up so that your inner peace, your peace of mind will be disturbed less and less with life stuff, so that you're going to be so solid in your center that it's going to be hard for anyone or anything to disturb that peace. Does that make sense? And essentially what that that is your spiritual evolution and growth. That is you waking up, which is super cool and super exciting. But evidently that's one of the things you are here to do. Okay? So please let me know if that makes sense to you. Um your spirit guides are really working strong with you. There's two of them working very, very closely with you. Let's see. Um, let's see here. Sorry, I'm scanning here for another reading here. Oh, Leona, I like your new picture. That's awesome. Let's see here. Okay, well, Rachel, who is it you want to connect with? You said you were here last time and no one connected with me. I don't remember that. I don't remember no one connecting with you unless spirit didn't draw me to you, if that's what you mean. Um, Sometimes, Rachel, you got to give us a name or a person. Sometimes they just come out. Um, I typically don't need photographs or pieces of clothing or jewelry or anything like that, but I do need something to connect with. Sometimes spirit just jumps through and comes out. There's always spirits around when we do these readings, but sometimes to connect, especially on the free online readings, sometimes to actually connect, it helps if I have the person you want to talk to or their name. And sometimes it's just the energetic link that actually has to happen. Okay. Hi, Anne. Okay, so you want to connect with Miracle. All right. Let's see here let's ask if Miracle can come forward, please. There's a lot of spirits moving around here. So Rachel, is this a gentleman around your age, please? Because there's a gentleman around your age actually that is stepping forward. It doesn't always mean they were your age when they passed. Sometimes they step forward if they um either the way they want to be, the way they were when they were younger, and sometimes they step forward the way they were when they passed or the way that you remember them. Okay? But there is a gentleman stepping forward who's about your age. It looks as though I'm seeing actually a lot of water. I'm seeing a lot of water around him. And I'm feeling sort of an intense pain under my breastbone, like in my solar plexus. And the gentleman that is moving forward said that he passed unexpectedly and suddenly. Is this, would this be miracle? Is this who you're referring to? Because this gentleman is stepping forward, looks like for you. And hi Eva, welcome. And this is the feeling I'm getting of his passing, that this was sort of an abrupt, unexpected passing. I am finding it really, I'm looking at my third eye and I'm feeling his essence now, because I have to connect with every soul differently, guys. Some of them it's super easy and they pop right out, and some of them I have to call them out and I need a name or something. But as soon as he stepped forward, I got this really sharp, very uncomfortable feeling, like right here in my solar plexus, and it goes all the way through to my back and makes it hard to breathe. So if this is relatable to you, I also get the sense that this was one of the I'm going to be doing makeup Valentine readings this week on my page for people that didn't get Valentine readings. And I also get that this was a deep soul connection. And I feel that there was a lot of love here. And he's reaching out and saying he's sorry. I'm going to look and see if this relates, if you've responded to any of my questions here. Let's see here. Stace just posted he overdosed. Okay. That's confirmation then that was unexpected, tragic. And let's see what else you put up here. Oh, he was 32. Okay. I'm just getting validation to make sure this matches up with the soul I'm seeing. That makes sense. Okay. All right. So that's validation that this is really him and that he is there for you. So that's important. He's saying that he's like, you know what? He's like, yeah, okay. So you already said that he relapsed and he overdosed. And that's fine. I'm glad you're not telling me too much. I don't like to get too much information from people because I want it to be validated for you. And what he's saying and what he's showing me is that he's like, I would not have intended on leaving this world on purpose. He's like, I was trying. He's like, I was really trying. And I'm trying to translate in English for you exactly what he's saying. He's also sharing that that he has been trying to come forward, but one of the reasons that his energy was slower in coming forward, I'm assuming that also means maybe he didn't come forward in other readings or didn't come up right away and pop up quickly in other readings, is because of how he passed, which doesn't always matter, guys. It really depends on the frequency and the vibration of the soul. But he knows that he left a huge empty hole in your heart and in your life and in your plans and in your future. And he said this really isn't something that he had wanted to do. Okay, this is not something that he wanted to do. He said he was really trying, and he's showing me several efforts to overcome and bypass the challenges that he had with his addiction. And he's also saying that he would have kept trying. He's like, I would have just, he's like, if I had made it through, then he's showing me that he would have just kept trying. He's like, no matter how many times he relapsed, he said he would have just been tenacious about it. He would have just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And he's showing me that he had a very, that he was always hopeful and optimistic that one day he'd be able to do it. One day he'd be able to do it. So he's very sorry for that. He's very sorry for that he left you in that way. On the other note of this, Rachel, There's a wisdom that he can see now that he wants to share with you. And there's an awareness that he has. He was able to see, once he crossed over, how your life would have been had he remained here in this world, and how your life would have been, and now the opportunities you have now that he's passed. So please understand that what he wants to show you and share with you, that he's actually says he's been trying to share with you, but it's a little complicated to just come through when you don't know yet how to hear and receive his messages in the detail that I'm sharing with you now. He says that it would have really dragged your life down. As much as you loved him and you wanted to be with him, that this is very, very clear. So please pay close attention to this, and you can come back and listen to this broadcast if you need to. Please know that if he had remained in this world, that there would have been so many other struggles and things you would have had to work on and work with, that his life was going to be, one way or another, consumed with fighting his internal struggles. Okay, I'm not going to use the word demons, but his internal struggles. And that actually he believes this is actually better for you, because you now have the opportunity to not have your life tainted by what would have been his life purpose, to be able to live beyond addiction. Okay. And that brings him peace, Rachel, because he loves you so much, and he wants you to have, and the beautiful is the word he's using, the most beautiful and enjoyable life that you can. And he says you deserve that. You deserve that. Okay. Let's see. You felt purpose for him. Yes. Yes. And that is part of what he's getting at. That's part of the problem, is that had he stayed, that would have been, you made that kind of part of your purpose. And he says you have so much more to live for than just helping him helping him overcome. If you had just dedicated your life to helping him overcome that, and you would have willingly, he says you would have gladly and willingly done that. But he said there's so much more for you to live for, and now you can do that. But he still would have chosen to stay. He still would have chosen to stay. Okay. He says this was not, he didn't think he was going to leave that world. He did not think he was going to be leaving the world at that time. Okay. So please know that. It was a relief when he woke up on the other side and he was himself and he wasn't addicted and he felt light and airy and free and back to his true self. But still, as a human being, he didn't want to leave you. Okay. So please know that. I would do it over again. Yes, I know. And he knows that. And he knows that. And he knows that you would prefer to have him here and do that. And that's how strong your love was and is. Okay, so my words, not his, but this is always what souls share with me. And these are the words I've chosen to use, which is your relationship has not ended, it is merely transformed. Okay, your souls were connected prior to you being here. They're connected now. And now that we've had this reading, you should be able to sense him better as well. Okay, so before we move on to the next person, I always ask souls to share how the best ways, what's your strongest clairs and the best way for you to connect with them. He says talking to him is good for you, and it's a strong way for you to connect with him. Okay, so keep talking to him. Keep talking to him. Sing and dance as a way of healing yourself. Allow yourself to get into things that you love, that are even new and different interests and things that you shared, and explore different versions of yourself. But he says that you can, you'll be able now to better feel him. Okay, so there's a sense of feeling, whether it be temperatures and physical sensations or whether it be internal um, emotional feelings, and also hearing him. So the clairaudience. Okay. Start with those and you'll be able to expound on those now that we've made this connection. That'll be easier for you. Okay. Yep. I talk to him all the time. He shows me that. And I feel like I hear his responses. He used to love when I'd sing to him. Yeah. So those are all the things he's showing me, right? So that's validation. I wouldn't have any way of knowing that. So these are all things that he's sharing with me that he sees are ways you will heal and be able to connect with him on your own without me. Okay. So great, great. Thank you for letting me connect with you and sharing that you had been on here before and wanting to connect with him. I'm going to send you off with him, and I hope that that gives you the validation and connection that you need. Okay. Guys, just because somebody doesn't seem to be coming through doesn't mean they're not there. It doesn't mean they're not there for you. So let me see here. I need to scroll back up here. Let's see. Becky Sprague, going through an awakening. Can you tell who may be around me? Okay. So Becky, first of all, our whole entire process of being here is an awakening. And I'm not denying that you are going through an awakening. I see that you are. What we have is different phases and stages of awakenings, okay, in our lives. And it usually comes um, either after we've come out of a really traumatic time and we've had a huge area of growth, or it comes prior to it gets started and then we have some huge challenges. Remember, obstacles are opportunities. Okay. Your whole spirit team is completely rooting you on. I see two spirit guides very strongly there, literally like holding your hand and walking you every step of the way. They say you do a really good job of listening to, they speak to you through your intuition, through some of your cognition. And oftentimes they're showing me that the I don't want to call them dilemmas, but the decisions that you make where you kind of go back and forth between your egoic mind and your consciousness, that is also you having a conversation with them and your higher self, and that goes back and forth for you. And you do a good job leaning to their side, meaning, listening and paying attention to them, which is really great. They're proud of you for that. They say you've been a pretty straight arrow about this, which is very good. Obviously, you have your guardian angels and your angels around you. If you want to officially meet your spirit guides, you can always, find on my Facebook page or at larkinsreadings.com. I have a few spaces left for the March 3rd Meet Your Spirit Guide event. You can do that if you want, or you can just trust in them. Try to trust when they're coming through to you, okay? And trust that intuition. Let's see. I also see two women that are like older than you, but they're young. So it looks like it's either a motherly figure or two aunt type figures. You see and hear so many spirits all night and day. Yeah, that's fantastic. So you have a lot of very strong intuitive abilities that you utilize, and with more practice they become stronger, right? So this is very important that you can connect with them. um, you have a lot of ancestors in your background that they're not stepping through as individuals, but they're showing me you have a lot of like ancestry in your background that has these intuitive gifts and or was in spiritual roles, is either religious or spiritual teachers, guides or guardians, and in those arenas. So you have this hereditarily in your ancestry as well. I can see this in your past and in your connections, which is really good. There's also an older woman there present. Did you lose a grandmother that you were close to or that was very spiritual? Because there's the two younger women, they're older than you, but they're younger there, who were in your life here, who have passed. They're both actually wearing sort of like ankle length dresses with belts on. Um, let's see. You heard a woman singing to your son. Amazing. Let's see who that was here. Okay. So, did you lose a grandmother that was close to you, Becky? Because there's a grandmotherly energy right there, and she was either your grandmother or your great grandmother, who is present with you. It looks like she has, um, well, she's kind of showing herself to me in two different ages. When she's younger, she would have had dark hair, so either dark brown or black hair. But she's showing me more white, like white hair, short white hair, when she was older, and she's sort of phasing over with both. So she raised you. Okay, so that would be the very close connection that I feel. She is the energy that you hear singing to your son. Okay. She's very present with him, and um her soul knew him and connected with him even before he was born. So you have, you have this magical essence and energy bubble around you in your life, and the more you practice it and utilize it, the better it is, the better you can develop that, and the more you're going to trust it. And that trust is going to come through practice. Okay. The confidence comes through practice. And this is super important. So, awakening your intuition and remembering who you are is a huge part of that, because guys, you all naturally have this ability. It's beat out of us when we're little, when we're raised in a religion that tells us we have to go through a priest first. When we're brainwashed away from nature and into social media, and our priorities shift before we're even 6 years old, we forget who we are. Okay, we're already born with amnesia, but then we forget who we are, and that can be very detrimental to our spiritual connection. So, Becky, I want to say, your angels and spirit guides and ancestors and I mean, you have so many souls around you, and such a strong and active spirit team working on your behalf. And part of the reason they're working so strongly on your behalf is because you want that. You're working, you're aware of it, you're putting through the intention and the effort, and it's going to pay off. Okay, it is going to pay off for you. So keep doing that. If you want to check out my Awakening Your Intuition group, where like-minded souls get together, we talk about this, we answer questions. It helps you to practice this stuff. Go for it. Allow and protect your son to develop and remember who he is and develop his gifts. This is what they're sharing with me right now. Before I move on to the next person, they wanted to jump in and remind you to please allow for that. They say that you will, but allow your son to remember who he is, to follow his passions, and that he has these same abilities to connect as well. That's one of the reasons your grandmother keeps singing to him. She doesn't want him to forget. Okay, this is going to help your connection with him as well. Let's see. I get um, let's see, left word messages in writing, see a lot of spirits, hear them. A lot of the time it literally makes me freeze in fear. Okay, so this is something for all of you guys. It's nothing to fear. And I'm so glad that you're bringing this up. Um, these are the types of things that are important to discuss. So, first of all, there's nothing to fear. The reason is because you have free will, and you're the one in charge while you're here and incarnated. So you actually have the ability to say at any point in time, go to the light, or I don't want you here. And they must obey. They must. So if you ever go to a reader and the reader's like encouraging or promoting the fear, nah, I would be very skeptical. Okay. Because any true reader knows that you have free will. And while you are here, it is universal law. While you are here, you are the boss of that energy. Okay. No one and nothing in the energetic world there can harm you. So, not to mention your angels are there to protect you, but you have free will. So if you dismiss someone or you tell them that they have to go to the light, they have to go. So if someone is telling you otherwise, or if you're saying, oh, it's not working, then maybe you're not really meaning it. But in this case, the only energies, I've scanned your energy, your home space. There aren't any energies there anyway that you should be afraid of. You have only benevolent, loving energies, spirit guides, angels, fairy and elf energy, ancestor energy, wisdom keeper energy, animal totem energy. My gosh, you've got a lot. Your relatives that have crossed over. So please know that you're well protected, and it's okay if you get startled or you sense spirits and other energies. It's okay to get startled because maybe you're just learning how to interpret what it is, but you don't need to be afraid of it. Okay. You don't need to be afraid of it. It's just spirit trying to get through to you because you're a vessel that can receive and translate. Okay. And you can block it out whenever you want. You can say enough. I mean, guys, I have souls and spirits from all different dimensions, literally a countless amount. I'm not even going to say thousands. When they know you can do this, they follow you. And I have my privacy whenever I want it. They'll follow me into the bathroom, wherever I'm going. They're trying to talk to me, and they've learned we have a rapport, and they've learned. And there's a time where I'm like, I'm done for the day, guys. Like, or your reading isn't until tomorrow. Please wait till tomorrow, because when somebody schedules a reading, usually as soon as it's scheduled and paid for, the spirit is there talking to me. So, don't be afraid of that. Learn to be the master of it. Learn that you have the free will and you can take charge. Okay. And then your son will learn that too. So don't worry. You're good. I hope that helps you. I hope that helps. Let's see here. This is wonderful knowledge for everyone, actually. Let's see. Let's see. So let's see. Lisa Joe, are you still there? Olivia or Stephen, if possible? Let's see here. Yeah, I see the Roman Catholic. I see the Roman Catholic, Becky. That's where I got the religious part there from. Okay, Lisa Joe, welcome. Let me know if you're still on there, sweetheart. Let's see. I am seeking through all the energies right now to see, ask Olivia and Stephen to step forward. Let's see. Okay. Yay, you're there. Wonderful. All right, let's see here. So, was Olivia a very young woman? I'm getting a very young female energy coming forward. I just want to make sure I've got the right person, the right soul to the right person, because I have a lot of souls hovering around right now that want to come through. I just want to confirm there is a female energy stepping up for you, Lisa, but she's very, she's showing up as a young woman with like long, dark, curly hair. Or like wavy. It's like beautiful, long, flowing. It looks like curly hair to me. Let me know if that is Olivia. No, that's okay. Don't worry. The delay is fine. I just want to make sure that I'm matching the right person up. Unborn. Okay, well that's okay. Let me check in and see if that's her then, because this brings up a really good topic, guys. So when souls show up to us, they show up to us not necessarily as a baby or an unborn form. They show up to us in the version of the soul that they are. Okay. And check in with Stephen here. Your cousin Joanne had long, curly, dark hair. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, they do tend to jump in on each other. So let me check and see, Lynn. Now, the Stephen energy, Lisa Joe, there's a slender gentleman stepping forward. Let me know if this relates to Stephen, please. And he has it looks like either dark blonde or light sandy brown hair. And he's stepping forward, and he looks more of like a brotherly type figure, or like a really close friend, or like really close type of energy, but more of like a brotherly or good friend type of energy popping through for you, Lisa Joe. She would have gotten okay, so we gotta decide, we gotta find out. I'm tuning into this soul to ask if she belongs to Lynn or if she belongs to you, Lisa. Okay. All right. So Lynn, your cousin was about 30 souls back on my right, and she's like waving, and she's like, "I'm Joanne. I'm back here. That one belongs to Lynn, to Joe." Okay. So the first the first soul that came through is Olivia's soul energy then. Okay. Lisa Joe. And then Joanne is here, Lynn, but she's farther back in the soul line, waving at me and like going like this, like pointing like over there, like that one belongs to Joe. I'm Joanne. Okay. So Stephen had very dark hair. Okay, well, there is a gentleman here with a lighter brown hair or very dark blonde hair who's rather slender, Lisa Joe, as well. He's here, and it really looks like he's here for you. Let's share with Olivia here first. Olivia tries to come through in your into dreams to you, Lisa. She's been trying to come through in dreams with images of her as a baby. So you guys have been meeting in the astral plane. I'm also getting the number 3. It looks like 3 months, Lisa Joe. So please let me know if that is if that's relevant, please. She's showing me 3 months, and then so the Stephen energy, I don't know who this other gentleman is, but he is very present with you, Lisa Joe. Very present. He looks like he's like in his 30s and has the sandy blonde hair. So we can come back to him, or maybe he'll show up later, but he's very present with you. He's not a spirit guide. He is like a friend or a cousin or something that was here. Maybe he was an uncle. He just kind of walked forward and just stood there and smiled. Steven. So let me ask you this, Lisa Joe. Was there just a lot of like pain and tragedy involved in Steven's passing? Because his energy is present, but it's just like present there. It's there, and it's just kind of standing there still, and it's not doing a lot of action. It's not sharing a lot of it's not saying a lot. He's not saying a lot. It's just sort of like just standing in this peace. And let's see. Okay, 3 is one of your lucky numbers. Okay. Well, so it looks like either the 3rd month or in 3 months. And 3 is one of your power numbers as well. That's what they're showing me. But typically when a soul, not this doesn't always happen when they pass tragically, but a lot of times there is a disturbance in their energetic field when there was a real tragedy that occurred. And oftentimes when this happens, I mean, I've never had souls not come through for me, not show up. Sometimes souls do just kind of take off for a while. They're like, I want to get away from the earth for a while. I want to go off into the universe. Then I'll come back and see everybody. This does happen a lot of times. Sometimes it happens if they suffered a really long time when they were here. Sometimes it happens if they suffered tragically. Sometimes when they suffer tragically in a human time span, they will take some still quiet time, sort of in their own little cocoon energy, and we won't hear a lot from them, and they won't want to say a lot, and that's actually okay. um it's not that everything isn't okay, it's just that he is present, he's just not saying anything. So he's just allowing me to absorb whatever I sense around that situation. And what I sensed was, um a tragic passing. Now, the shouldn't have happened part, I don't mean to sound cruel. The shouldn't have happened part is from the perspective of us being here in this world, and how someone is taken from this world. We as human beings, because we don't have the full picture, if it is, a tragic departing, we see it as it should not have happened. Please understand, and he knows now, that in the divine scheme of things, there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. Every soul is always safe. We have free will in body and when we're as a soul outside of our body. But oftentimes there is a delay in their connection with us after they pass, if it has been a tragic passing. Sometimes they come right away, but oftentimes there's more of a just being, and that's what I'm sensing from him, is more just a sense of just being. Almost like when it, and a lot of times this doesn't mean is what he's going through now. It means it was the initial reaction that I'm just catching up to now as his soul comes through to you. So there was an initial shock for him when this happened. He's okay now, which is the most important thing. But there was initial shock, and the shock is, um the shock is when a mistake was made in one way or another. Okay. Okay, but even in taking a life, in taking your own life, understand it was a mistake that he saw once it was too late. Okay, a mistake, because souls can make mistakes too. They have immediate regret, but they don't go to hell. He's not in hell. He's not being punished. He's not in purgatory. He's just in deep lesson-oriented contemplation. In other words, it's not fun even as a soul to realize, oh, you're going to have to come back and do this again. In other words, here's what happens when we take our own life. Okay. There's immediate regret as a soul, because as I talked about in the beginning, it is such a blessing to be here. It's almost like a cosmic betrayal when you take your own life. It's like being handed the most beautiful gift and being like, I don't want it. Okay. But it's because we have limited perspective here. And so that is forgiven. All right. We are not punished. It is lesson enough, the regret and the initial sadness and regret that the soul experiences when they cross back over, because he realizes now the opportunities that he left, the mistake it was to leave this body here, and he's going to have to come back with the same, possibly more challenges to do it again. He's not forced to come back. He will choose to come back. The soul just knows this is what has to happen when we take our own life. Okay. So please know that. I'm getting the essence from him. He's not sharing this verbally, he's sharing this energetically. He stepped forward. He's trying not to step forward right now because he is in his own phase of learning right now because of this. But he stepped forward just to let you know he was okay. It was his choice, it was his mistake. Everything will be fine, and he knows that. But he is trying to reprogram so that when he comes back, he doesn't make the same mistake. Okay, because he really missed out. He knows he really missed out. Okay. Lisa Jo, please let me know if that helps you. Olivia is that energy is very, very present with you. She is loving you and a joyful, loving, light, free, wise energy that is ever present with you. Please know this. Very, very, very joyful energy. Okay. But please know there's no, Lisa Jo, there's no punishment here. Okay, so he's okay. And I think that's the most important thing. That's why he stepped forward today. Okay. I want to real quick, because I know we only have I got on a few minutes late, so I've still got a few minutes, I think. But Lynn, I wanted to Lynn, who had the cousin Joanne with long dark curly hair, who was way back in the line of souls and spirits. Let's see here. She was way back there because she said she wasn't an emergency reading here. And you're here. She wasn't an emergency reading, so she was kind of way back in the line, letting other souls come forward. As a matter of fact, she was one of the souls pushing and encouraging. They actually pushed Stephen forward, guys. These souls really pushed him through. I hope that helped, Lisa Jo. They really pushed him forward and said, come on, you got to at least show yourself and let them know you're okay. All right. So Lynn, your cousin was one of the ones doing that. Because she said this wasn't like an emergency that she came through. So is Lynn, is Olivia's mother still living? She's showing me that she left she's always put everyone before her. Yeah, well, that's probably why she was so far back in the line. But yeah, there were souls trying to push him forward. But your cousin Joanne, Lynn, is actually showing me that there is it looks as though it's a motherly figure that she wants to be in touch with. So is her mother still living? Because she's showing me that this woman needs to know that she's okay. So yeah, thank you to Lynn's cousin, Lisa Jo says. Awesome. But Joanne wants to reach this woman. It's either like an older sister or her mom. Okay, it is her mom. Because it's a mom energy that she was giving me, and she's saying, I need her to know that I'm okay. I need her to know that I'm okay. She said that that losing her daughter was absolutely completely just detrimental and devastating to her inside. And she wants to get to her and let her know that she's okay, that she's happy, that she's healthy, that she's joyful. She wants to thank her for loving and supporting and caring for her. She's showing me all sorts of beautiful things, beautiful colors, beautiful flowers. I don't know if this was a funeral or a service or like a gathering that was held after her passing. But she wants to thank her mom for that. And she's just showing me all these beautiful, vibrant flowers and colors. And she said that her mom was sharing, was trying to share what she thought Joanne represented. She was trying to have a farewell and a celebration that she thought Joanne would enjoy. And she's also showing me that she sees her mom continues to try to keep beautiful things around in memory of her, doing beautiful things for her consistently, that she feels are little daily or weekly things in honor of her. And she just says, like, my mom really needs to know that I'm here. So you can maybe play this, Joanne saying, play this for her. Just so that she says she really needs to hear from me. She needs to know that I'm okay. She needs to know that she sees her mom honoring her every day and holding her memory into life and action every day in ways of honoring her memory, and that she's doing it in ways that she would enjoy. And I get such chills as I say this. Beautiful flowers, beautiful colors. She says that Joanne was beautiful and she loved things that were beautiful. And her mom is trying to uphold that, just to keep holding that space for her, but that she says she really desperately needs to know that she's okay. And she just says, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. She's so grateful for everything she did and everyone that continues to love her and think of her and honor her memory. Okay. So please let me know if that helps. I don't know, Stace, I know I logged on 10 minutes late. Do I have any, whoops, I muted myself, sorry. Do I have 5 more minutes or 4 more minutes, Stace, or are we done? Please let me know, because I don't want to get started on anybody else if I don't know. Guys, Lynn, please know that I'm leaving her with you. Please share that with her, maybe this video, if it would help, because Joanne really wants to get through to her. Please know, all of you, that once we've connected, you can connect better with your loved one. Thank you. I'll pass the message on to my auntie. Awesome. Excellent. Very good. Let's see, 1 or 2 if I want. Okay, awesome. Let me do that. And then, guys, again, there's other amazing mediums on here all week. You can connect with them. You can find me on my Facebook page as well. I do readings other places throughout the week as well. Let's see. So Carol, I believe we read for you. I thought we already read for your mom a week or 2 ago, Carol Roberts. So I'm just going to make this real quick. I was pretty sure it was your mom that came through. This woman looks very, very familiar, and she's right there with you, honey. She is beautiful. She's there with you. And you know, she sees that it's still difficult for you to move forward. There's some things you need to really, you're not going to lose her. You're not ever going to lose her. But there are aspects of how you were and how you think and how you identify in your life story that she's saying, sweetheart, you need to let go of that, not of me. Does this make sense? She doesn't, she says, you're never going to lose her. You're going to see her again on the other side. She's there with you all the time. She can hear you. She tries to comfort you. She's always with you. She's witnessing your life. But she says that you're emotionally, you understand it intellectually, but you're emotionally confusing letting go of her with letting go of the version of you that had her in this life, because it makes you feel a greater loss. And she knows that that's hard. Believe me, I know it's hard, but her way of wanting to help you rise above this and move on is she just doesn't want you to suffer anymore. And she says, if you can't let go of the aspects of the way you think of things and the way you identify with life as though she were in the world, that's going to make it harder for you to let go. But she says it won't sever your connection. She'll still be with you and in your life and a part of you in your life just as strongly. You don't have to let go of her. Just let go of your identification of life the way you saw it before, because you've got to move into a new paradigm. Okay. So yeah, but she's okay with that. It's okay with that. Okay. She's okay that you had to put her into care. She was already starting to interact with her loved ones and her relatives on the other side. Okay. So, you need to come to terms with the fact that it was a choice that was made. It's not a choice you can change now. And she knows and is aware of why you made the choices you did, and that you made the very best possible choices you could have, given the circumstances, given the information that you had, and that wasn't the wrong thing to do. Okay. So it's you, she's saying, needing to forgive yourself. It's you needing to forgive yourself, and it's okay. She loves you, and it's okay. All right. So keep talking to her. She is there with you. So I'm going to send you off with her. Okay. She's definitely there with you. That's wonderful. And let's see, guys. It's time for me to pop off, because we're getting to that hour mark in about 30 seconds. I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being patient with my thorough readings. I tried to get to as many of you as I could today. I hope it gave you some peace and comfort and joy and love and some spirit wisdom. I'll be back here next week at 9 p.m. BST time, 4 p.m. EDT with you. And if you want to catch up with me before then, you can always find me on my Facebook page. Okay. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Stace. Good night, everyone.